Hello and welcome everyone to the February 13th episode of This Week in Kirkland, the official podcast of the City of Kirkland, bringing you timely topics and noteworthy news delivered to you every week. I'm your host, Jim Lopez, one of two deputy city managers here at the city, joined today in this Valentine's Day special show by two members of our podcast team.
Kate Ryan.
And Anthony Girardi.
As well as two special guests.
That's right, too.
Kyle and Christina.
Yes.
Shot by Cupid's arrow recently.
Yes.
You are our Valentine's Day show.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, well, we're super excited to have you.
Yes.
Kyle proposed to Christina with the help of a Kirkland bench program.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Congratulations.
hear about it.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
You dedicated a bench to love. We're going to
Yep.
talk all about that.
That's right.
This is a very creative and romantic way
It was.
It is.
to
They
ask somebody to marry you.
It was. Yeah.
went out of the norm, for sure.
Good job.
Now, I have the inscription here. In this place, our journey begins, celebrating our love now and forever. Kyle and Christina, 2024.
Yeah.
Well done, Kyle.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. It was the perfect gesture, I think, for the relationship that we had built. I felt like the luckiest man when I got to propose to Christina.
Oh, that's very sweet.
I love that.
Yeah, this is great. So, with the image of you on your knee, asking Christina to marry you as the opening scene in this movie,
Oh, okay.
we are going to flash back and talk a little bit about how you met and how all this happened.
Awesome.
But before we get into all of that, and I know everybody's waiting now,
Yeah.
here's
I'm
what's
excited.
going on this week in Kirkland. In honor of President's Day, City Hall will be closed on Monday, February 17th.
Yeah, city services through email and over the phone will resume on Tuesday. Fire, police, and other emergency services will remain fully operational.
Yes, and there's been a rise in coyote sightings around Kirkland recently. Kate, you have information about keeping our pets safe.
Yeah, that's right. You want to be sure to keep an eye on your pets, especially during dawn and dusk. That's when the coyotes are most active. And a reminder to never leave food outside. This can attract the coyotes. And if you happen to spot one, make some noise, clap your hands, do some shouting, anything to threaten it away, get it to move on.
Yeah, they are pretty skittish.
Yeah,
You know-
they can be. Hopefully they
Hopefully,
are.
yeah.
Sometimes they're not, but
You know, I told the story before in another podcast with my puppy, Gracie, because she
Yeah.
was grown up at that time,
Oh, okay.
where a coyote was grabbing a cat.
oh,
Wow.
that's right.
Wow.
Gracie,
And
the
Gracie jumped in
cat
action.
Gracie went
heroin.
bananas.
Yeah.
And the neighbors ran out of the house and saved the cat.
Wow.
Wow.
Freaked the coyote, probably screaming, like Kate said
Yeah.
you got to do.
Yeah. Well, way to go, Grace.
You guys have a dog?
No.
No, an imaginary one named
Sadly.
Michelangelo.
What kind
Yeah.
of dog is Michelangelo?
He's a Dotson.
A dog.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
They're the playful little imaginary things.
Yeah. So one day Kyle comes home from the doctor and then he has his little write up. And then it's like, Kyle is a pleasant 27-year-old man who is hoping to get a Dotson soon. And it said that in the notes. And I was like, Kyle, something you need to tell me?
Yeah, that's kind of cute. So if you guys actually do get a Dotson, do you have to call him Michelangelo Jr.?
Or does he just take on the persona
Just
of
takes
the
on the
imaginary?
persona.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. Michelangelo's been around a while.
Yeah.
So,
You'd have a lot to live up to.
Yeah.
You could do one of the other Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, we were talking about the painter.
The next meeting of the Kirkland City Council is on Tuesday, February 18th. Here's what's on the agenda. On the business agenda, Council will receive an update on the 2025 legislative session. Council will also consider extending an ordinance for the Park Place project at Kirkland Urban.
Prior to the business agenda, during the study session, Council will discuss the King County Metro Rapid Ride K-Line project.
And as always, council meetings are streamed live on the city's YouTube channel, Facebook page, and on our city website.
Yeah, so be sure to check that out. Hey, the city's draft stormwater management program plan is out. Anthony, did you know that?
I did, yeah. And, we all love Kirkland's beautiful waterways. So this plan is outlining steps that we can reduce pollution and protect our local waterways. Community members can share feedback on water quality concerns, flood prevention, or ideas for keeping our lakes and streams healthy. They have to share that information by February 24th.
Yeah, so
Nice.
take us up on our ask.
Yeah,
Give
we
us
want
some
to hear.
feedback.
Yep,
We
we
love the
love
lakefront,
feedback.
right? So gotta keep it beautiful.
We love to hear from you, and that's an iconic part of our city for sure. Hey, it's tax season, everyone. Kate, how can community members get help with filing their taxes?
Yes, thank you, Jim. So the Kirkland Senior Center offers free tax preparation on Fridays from now through April 11th. That's available at the Senior Center, the Peter Kirk Community Center. The United Way of King County is also offering free
that's good.
tax services. Yeah, that's both in person and virtually for households under a certain income level. So check out that resource.
Yeah, that's great to know. So take us up on that too. Hey, now's the time to give your trees some love and make sure they're pruned properly.
Yep, right in time for Valentine's Day.
Right, time for Valentine's Day. Your trees need love and attention too.
They do,
There you
they
go.
do.
How do we get more information on that, Anthony?
Well, winter is the perfect time to prune when you can see the structure of your trees and before birds move in and nest in the spring.
Makes sense.
So you want to make sure that you have a pruning plan in place.
Pruning plan.
That's a tongue twister.
Yes.
Before you start.
A pruning plan in place.
You want a pruning plan in place, Peter Piper. Remember, topping cuts are not allowed unless you have a permit from a certified arborist, and you don't want to remove more than 25% of your tree's canopy. And as always, we have resources and info down in our show notes.
And topping cuts, that's where you're deciding.
Just taking a little off the top.
A little off
right.
the top.
Yeah.
The shape of the design.
The shape of the tree.
The shape, yeah.
Yeah,
You can get creative with topping.
Yeah, you can give it a nice bowl cut,
Yeah.
pixie, I don't know.
Just remember, you might need a permit.
You do.
Yeah.
You
Check
may
with your
need-
arborist.
Check with your arborist. Hey, in honor of American Heart Month, let's talk about some small ways we can protect our health. Kate?
Well, whether it's moving more or eating heart-healthy meals or just getting enough sleep, these are all little changes that can add up and make a big difference. American Heart Month is also a great time to learn CPR.
Yeah.
Kirkland Fire is offering free CPR classes. Check out our website to sign up.
An inside tip, those classes sell out
Yeah, they do.
or fill up.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great though. I did one I
Yeah.
think last year.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
Yeah, they're really
Because they're
informative.
free and
Yeah,
you
and
get-
they're hands-on, and it just kind of
Yep.
makes you capable and competent to
Yeah.
help save a life.
There you go.
Our fire folks are so great. Okay. Hey, thanks to the incredible dedication of over 1,800 volunteers.
Yeah.
That's a lot of volunteers.
That is.
That is the Green Kirkland Partnership, and it's made a huge impact in 2024, as in other years past. They always make a great impact. So what did they accomplish in this past year, Anthony?
Well, they dedicated 7,600 hours
Wow.
to restoring our
Wow,
parks.
yeah.
They also planted over 5,600 new native plants.
Nice.
And if you want to lend your green thumb, you can join in and give our park some love this February with events happening throughout the month. Just sign up and join fellow community members in making a difference.
It truly is a community.
It is. And yeah, the Green Kirkland Partnership does some amazing work year round.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,800 people. That's like a small town.
Oh my gosh.
That's great.
It's a
That's
task
quite.
force.
That's quite a
It's a
force.
ta-
Yeah.
And they are so also committed. And,
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forward thinking and thoughtful people.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, a couple of upcoming events for you to check out. There's the Safe Practices Online and Tech Support for Seniors. That's coming up on February 19th.
Yeah, our very own IT staff will help provide personalized tech support and offer essential online safety tips. It's great opportunity there. And also coming up is the blood drive at North Kirkland Community Center
Oh,
on
that's
March
good.
10th. Yes, always a good time to help save a life.
That's March 10th, everybody. So don't forget that. And a reminder that, as always, we have links and more information in the show notes for all of our items.
Yes.
And that brings us to our movie.
Yes. Movie time.
That is
Rom-com.
our romantic comedy.
Good.
our
Just
five-
in time for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, our 5 over 5. That's 5 questions. In what I can guarantee you will be over 5 minutes. We used to call this 5 and 5. 5 questions, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Never.
Yes.
Never did we
Right.
make it.
No.
So we stopped trying.
So we stopped trying.
the name stayed.
Yeah, the name stayed. With our special guest, Kyle and Christina. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay, so we did a little bit of a
Yeah, set the stage.
teaser. We did a little teaser.
Yeah, we did.
So back in the day, with the help of our program, you proposed with this lovely bench, right? We read the inscription, the plaque.
Yep,
right?
that was it. That
Yeah.
was it. I went through the city and parks donation program for
Yeah.
benches and picnic tables, as well as art pieces. Those are all options for the city.
So
That
where is the bench?
creative.
Yeah, super creative.
Yeah, the bench is at the Kirkland Rotary Central Station.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
On the Kirkland Cross Corridor Trail.
Mm-hmm.
So
Over by our truck eating bridge.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Also known as the Kyle and Christina corridor.
And there you go. That's what I'm going to call it from now on.
Now, a very unique way to propose. What gave you the idea to do it via bench?
I had gotten a piece of inspiration from Christina a year before I had proposed to her. She was browsing TikTok and came across somebody in New York City who had donated a bench to Central Park in New York City and proposed. And that stuck with me because I had set it into my head that I wanted to propose to Christina by the end of 2024. And so it really stuck out. It was at a time when I was looking for an idea.
So now, Christina, were you sending a message?
No, because it honestly was super beautiful, but it just seems so crazy that I didn't think that, Kyle, I think you can do anything, but I genuinely did not think that could happen. Yeah.
So you just saw this beautiful moment on TikTok.
Yep.
Passed it along.
Exactly.
So did you receive it as like, this may be
hint, nudge.
Yeah.
I think I could sense the aspiration there. We're like, wait, so I can get a bench too?
Yeah.
Is that a possibility?
Yeah.
Another arrow in the quiver. So you are, a lovely couple. You really are.
Yes,
You guys
thank
are charming.
you.
Thanks, Jim.
So how'd you meet?
So we met online through a dating app, and our first date was at a coffee shop in Kirkland.
Oh, what coffee shop?
Through Line.
Okay. We have Angela on our show. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. One of our podcast team members, Angela Brown, also had her first date with her husband at Throughline.
That's what it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always tell people that Throughline, I feel like whenever I walk by, there's a bunch of first dates happening.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, isn't that sweet?
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
And probably really accurate.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a couple a little nervous.
Yes, exactly. You're like,
fidgeting with the coffee cup or something.
yeah, and then Starbucks is where you find the real couples. I'm just kidding.
They've been through it for a few years.
Well, we have to put that in our movie somehow.
Yeah. I also think Throughline should add that to their billboard, right? Like, it starts here.
Yeah.
Totally.
The rest of your romantic life starts right here.
Right now. We'll work on it, Throughline.
So how was the meeting? Tell us about the meeting.
The meeting was great. It was a rainy day when
Shocker.
Yeah, so I walked in and Christina hadn't arrived yet. It was during COVID still, so I was looking around, trying to look through the masks to see if is my date
where
here?
is she? Yeah.
Yeah. We should clarify this is more towards the tail end of COVID when you were allowed to
Starting to go back into society.
Yeah.
So Christina, was that like, you can say this now.
Yeah.
Like, were you like, I'm going to be about 5 minutes late?
Yeah, I feel like in general.
Better to be a little bit late.
Oh, but Kyle, you should tell your side of the story. How were you timing it?
I had the Maps app open on my phone with the estimated walking time, and I was only about 5 minutes away. I was like, I'm going to get there 3 minutes early because I don't want to be too early, but I don't want to be late.
Oh, you kids.
A very thoughtful planner, Kyle is. I'm getting that sense.
Very thoughtful.
Yes, he is.
All right, so you arrive early. You're there, you're sitting down, and then the woman of your dreams walks through the door. Right? And how'd it go?
Yeah, we got right to it. We ordered our coffee and sat down. Potentially besides another 4 couples on their first date.
Exactly.
And we just started getting to know each other and finding all these things we had in common, and the time just sort of flew by. And since we were enjoying it so much, I asked Christina if she wanted to go for a walk afterwards.
Yeah, that's good. But of course, it was still
Raining.
It was still raining. Yeah, Christina, how did you feel about that?
I was like, oh gosh, I'm not wearing a jacket. But I still went on the walk, and Cal offered me his jacket at some point, and I feel like that shows that I really liked you.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
Very considerate.
You're like, you know what? It may be raining, but that's a romantic element.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
It's part of every rom-com.
Yeah, it's part of our
Totally.
Yeah, because I think rain in the movies symbolizes change, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I
Or
think so.
fresh starts and beginnings?
Yeah,
maybe?
so fresh
Okay.
start, rain. We can Google that.
Yeah.
That is so
If it doesn't, we'll erase this part.
Editor, please. But I think it does, and
Okay.
it's very much part of it's a sweet part of your first meeting. Yeah. So then we were chatting before the show, and I thought it was quite endearing that as you guys started to become a couple, you both kind of found common interest in athletic activities, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of bonded around the gym and doing things at the gym, but there's kind of like an interesting perception issue developed.
Yeah, so we both realized that we really like to work out, and it was so funny Kyle, like, when we first started talking, he would always be like, I'm going to the gym. And then, like, after he'd go to the gym, he'd be like, sorry, I was just, like, at the gym for a couple hours. And I was like, wow, he really likes the gym. Like, maybe more than me.
So split screen in our movie.
Yeah, split
So
screen.
what's going on at the gym, Kyle?
For me, I was on my powerlifting grind. I was trying to bulk up and really just get my physique to be as impressive as possible.
You're trying to impress Christina.
And truthfully, it was because I was trying to get the attention from Christina.
Oh, this is it's adorable. So Christina's like, wow, Kyle's really into the gym.
Yeah.
And Kyle's over at the gym sweating,
Yeah.
pounding the weights to get a little bulk.
There you
Impress
go.
Christina.
That's right.
All right, so now, this is really great. So now your relationship is evolving, and then another big moment happens, of course, at another wonderful Kirkland coffee shop.
Okay, so the coffee shop story. So this is the second coffee shop, Zoka.
Oh, Zoka.
If any of your
Okay,
listeners
yeah.
are
Yeah.
familiar.
Familiar corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very romantic.
Yeah. Very romantic. And it was maybe a couple weeks in. I would say
It was about 5-6 weeks in
5 or 6
so.
weeks in. And Kyle's like, we should get coffee at lunch. And it was during the work day. And so I'm like, okay. And
Did you usually get coffee at lunch?
No.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
something's up.
already
Yeah.
some signs.
Something's
Okay.
up.
Yeah. Lunch is a short window. So it's interesting. It's why would we want to hang out for that 1 hour? Little did I know. But so
Kyle had a plan.
he had a plan. Kyle always has a plan. So we get there and as we're walking toward the coffee shop, I can tell that Kyle, he's definitely a little bit distracted. And I'm like, maybe he's just thinking about work because
Yeah.
it's the middle of the work day.
Yeah.
And then, so we get there and I'm trying to talk about the latte art on my coffee. And I could tell Kyle's still thinking about something else. And
Yeah.
so,
There's something going on up there.
Something going
Something's
The
on.
gears
going
are
around.
turning.
Yeah.
The wheels are turning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nerves are a mess
Exactly.
probably at this point.
Yeah. Were there any beads of sweat coming on the floor?
probably.
This is the coffee's really hot.
Yeah. So Kyle's I don't remember the exact wording of it, but essentially he asked me if we wanted to be exclusive, and I remember just thinking oh, that's probably
That
the
explains
whole reason
yes.
for this. And he just looked so relieved. Of course I said yes.
Yeah,
And after I
that's
said yes, he just seemed completely back to
Completely back to
normal.
normal. Yeah.
So
Nice.
So
Yeah.
how do you remember that?
It felt like I was going into a NFL playoff game, a do or die. If,
Not a lot of margin of error here, man.
No,
You got to be
no.
on your game.
elimination.
Yeah,
Single
this-
elimination.
Yeah, it was important to me because I really wanted to take this step in our relationship, and I wanted to do it at the right time in the right place. So I figured another coffee shop the first time went well.
There
so
you go.
I took her to Zoka. And
Why
then,
change a winning strategy?
Yes.
Although he did take a chance. He moved away from familiar territory.
It's true.
True.
That's true. That's true. He had
Was
home
it-
field advantage.
Was it raining that day?
Oh, actually, I think the sun was peeking through the clouds.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah, we were getting into the summer months. So.
Yeah.
And then, as Christina said, she's looking at latte art, and I'm like, Christina, I have other things
I've
going
got-
on. We need to skip right over this right now. I have things to talk
Christina's
about.
she's being her charming self, taking in the moment, the
Yes.
present moment.
Right.
And you're all thinking about things, man. You're thinking. But then relief came over.
Yes, she said she wants to be exclusive with me, and I took that. She's my girlfriend.
Yes.
She is my girlfriend,
Yeah.
and it was a very happy day for me. I told my grandpa that
Oh,
day.
so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a joyful afternoon at work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Great way
Yeah.
to spend a lunch break.
There you go.
What was your plan, Kyle? You go back to work and your coworker's like, dude, what happened?
What happened? Yeah. You are on cloud nine.
Exactly.
So have you guys had a lunch meeting since? Is that
Yeah.
yeah. So it's become a little bit of a thing. Every
Yeah.
once in a while you meet at lunch and
Yeah.
Right. I think it became more of a regular thing from that point on. Yeah. She was like, "Is there another good surprise coming?"
But she didn't see the pensive Kyle.
No.
But
no.
I want
Right.
everybody out there to put a pin in the pensive Kyle.
Yeah.
Because pensive Kyle, is that a correct way of describing it?
Yeah.
So pensive Kyle may show up again in our movie.
Oh, yeah.
I sense that he might. Yeah.
Pensive Kyle.
Recurring theme.
Yeah,
Yes,
recurring theme. So
yes.
foreshadowing. So, okay, flash forward to you are now, at some point, your relationship is going forward and you are having a wonderful time together. You start to think like, I need to ask the big question. But you adopt a very interesting strategy. Like you have to give yourself, well, tell us what your strategy was.
Yeah. So I had told Christina on some lunch date on 2023. I said, I'm going to propose to you by the end of 2024.
Ooh, introduced a
Wow.
ticking clock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you set your own shot clock.
Yeah, its own shot clock.
That's bold move, Kyle.
Bold
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a year.
Yeah. I could sense that we were reaching the point where we both wanted to take the step, but if it wasn't for a deadline, nothing would ever get done. And I suggest that method for anyone else in this situation.
Nice.
If you need to propose or do another large event, put a time limit on
Put
yourself.
a time
There
limit
you
on,
go.
make a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Yeah.
So the key part of our story here is the year 2024, right?
Yes.
Because I think Christina, she knows you're a planner, and the date, she took note of the date,
I did.
2024. Okay, so now you're out there, and this is where we enter a new character in the story, the city of Kirkland,
Yes.
and more specifically, our good friend Blair.
Yeah, Blair.
Blair in the transportation department. Okay, so tell us what happens next.
Oh, sure. I started by looking at the website for the city of Kirkland because I thought, maybe there's this bench donation program that I could go through in order to donate a bench to the city of Kirkland.
Thank you for
as a
that
token.
idea, Christina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what happens?
Yeah. So I looked, and Juanita Beach was already full. All the benches were taken. And so going down my list, all the waterfront parks were already taken. People really like to jump on this program.
Yeah, it's a popular program. Yeah. Okay, so all the stuff is taken. What do you do then?
Yeah. So the one available spot, it seemed, was the Kirkland Cross Corridor. It didn't say full on the page. So
Okay.
that's where when I decided to reach out
Here
to
we
the
go.
number.
It's on now.
Yeah.
Had you guys already been frequenting the CKC and running on it at this point yet, or?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, actually, like a couple weeks after we met, we just would always like walk there. So it's
Oh,
been like
good.
years of us going on it.
So it was
Nice.
a common thread in your
Yes,
relationship.
so-
and,
Uh-huh.
Very coincidental that was what was available.
Yes.
or
Yeah.
serendipitous, as Jim
Yeah.
said.
Serendipity. Maybe that goes in the title of the movie.
Oh,
Maybe.
well, there's already a movie
There
called
is a movie called
Serendipity. but-
Shoot. Okay, so now you're like, light bulb. We love the CKC as a couple. There's some, so you're saying there's some opening.
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
Yeah, there was a chance. I thought it would be a long shot, though, after my first conversation with Blair, as he had told me that the last available spot was just taken. And he says, but I'm going to leave it up to you. If you go out there and you can scout out a location, there's a chance.
Wow.
Hey, how about that
okay.
initiative from the Kirkland
Yeah.
peeps? Go out there and find a spot. We'll see if we
work
can
with
make
you.
one up.
Yeah.
So did you do that?
Yeah, so I went out and I walked the whole trail from end to end, and
Wow.
and I looked and I took pictures across the whole trail. I have the proof that I can show you.
Yeah. Oh, we believe you. But let's get those pictures in the show notes.
Absolutely.
No.
It's a long trail.
Did you hear that? Christine, did you hear that? That's a long trail. He walked-
I'm hearing that pensive Kyle turns into tenacious Kyle.
Tenacious
Like,
Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the evolution of Kyle.
Yes. We've entered character arc
Yeah,
here.
that's right. All right, so that's
For those playing the home game, that's a 6-mile walk, by the way.
Yeah.
Kyle, we're all impressed. Okay, so
Yeah.
you did the walk and you found a spot?
I found a number of candidate spots
Yeah.
that I submitted because I didn't know if they would all fall into the right requirements. A lot of the spots that I was thinking of were pretty ambitious.
Oh, how so?
Okay.
So I was trying to squeeze in a view spot between like a big hedge and like somebody's fence, and I'm like, Blair, right here's the spot. Like,
Blair's
can you
like,
get me a bench here?
No.
Yeah, I don't think we can use eminent domain
Yeah,
for this.
that's right. But I have to compliment you on your initiative. Right?
Yes,
Why not
yes.
try?
Worst I can say is
Exactly.
no, right?
Worst I can say is no.
Yeah, exactly. And so after some waiting, and he had run my candidate options through the right people, he got back to me and said, here's this spot, Kyle. And he dropped a pin on a Google map and he said, we can get you a bench here. Does this work for you? And I took one look at it and I said, yes, that's the spot.
Nice.
Perfect.
One
That's
look.
awesome.
One look, and you knew it was it. This is the one.
Same with Christina, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's sweet.
Then what happened? So then you said, all right, I'm in. We're going to do this.
Yes.
So
So
meanwhile,
yeah.
we're getting into 2024, right, Christina?
Oh yeah.
Time's
Yeah.
ticking.
Time's ticking.
Yeah, I feel like every time there was like a big trip or just event planned, I'd be like texting my friends. I'm like, maybe like I should pack an outfit that might work.
Get your nails done
Yeah, literally. I have my nails done like all of 2024.
That was the best nail year of your life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were getting good business for me.
Yeah. But that is kind of adorable. Like
Yes.
at some point, it
Yeah.
becomes like, all right, well, the time,
Yeah.
you got to get ready.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're getting into the year.
Yes.
Now, do you know he's got the bench at this time?
No.
No.
So he just kept telling me like, oh, like there's something like I have something planned. And so I really thought it might happen on a trip. And we actually do travel a lot. So that was kind of like what I was thinking was going to happen.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Kyle. Now you're waiting for this bench, right?
He's fighting bureaucracy
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here. You know?
Has red tape entered our film?
Well,
End of the second act.
End of the second act. Introduction, red tape. Okay, so what happens?
so I'm working with Blair. Emails are being fired across back and forth, and his number one priority is to manage my expectations because he knows, okay, I don't know, this could take a while, Kyle. Like things really started to flash like a red flag as soon as he got my suggestion for the plaque when it said, "In this place, our journey begins, celebrating our love." He didn't know that I was going to propose to Christina until he read the plaque.
Oh.
Oh.
So I hope he stepped up his game.
That lit a fire under Blair.
Yeah.
That's when he
I mean,
started
if he
to,
knew there was a clock ticking.
Right.
yeah, he started to go into overdrive mode.
Oh,
He
Blair's
saw like
great.
2024 on there and he's like, uh-oh.
Yeah, Blair is great. He's like, all right, I got you.
Cancel
Okay.
pickleball.
So what happened?
He said, Kyle, I just need you to know that this has a potentially weeks to months out timeline from right now, and I just need to know like what are your thoughts? And I said, well, I put 2024 in the plaque, so it's going to need to be done by the end of December of this year at the very latest.
Yeah, this is what we call raising the stakes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. When you're literally carving something in
Yeah,
stone.
that's right. Literally, yeah, he's like, but Blair, it's in the plaque.
Yeah.
It doesn't say 2025.
Yeah.
So, okay, so now the game is on, right? We got to get this done.
Yeah, the game is on, and at the same time, I'm planning out how I'm going to get Christina to go to this location on the Cross Kirkland Corridor Trail and propose to her, making it be a total surprise.
Yeah,
so
so
I have
you-
to plan that.
Yeah, so you want to make sure that it's Christina's not in the loop as to when it actually is going to happen. Because at some point
Yeah.
you didn't know there was a bench involved, right?
Yeah, closer towards like the very end, like Kyle, I think he just like was so consumed by getting the bench that he had to tell me.
Yeah.
Because he would just always be like emailing and doing stuff, and then he finally told me like what was going on, and I
Yeah.
feel like that was a really big relief off of your shoulders that you
Yeah.
could share that with me.
Probably.
Now, did you say, all right, you're off, the clock is no longer the big deal? Or did it still have to be in
Yeah.
2024?
Oh, I had no idea that it would still be happening in 2024.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like,
okay, good.
wow, like this sounds like something that might be happening like 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Kyle's like, meanwhile, Kyle's on the other side of the room going, this will happen in 2024.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Per
now-
my last email.
Yeah, so he's writing to Blair per my last
Right.
email. So what happened then?
So I'm communicating with Blair, and he tells me The earliest that this is going to be getting done is the first or second week of December.
Oh, not bad.
And I say
2024.
Perfect.
2024.
2024.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blair.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Like as long as you deliver.
You got it. Yeah. So then, did it happen?
Yeah, so it came down the first week of December. I followed up with Blair, and he said, we haven't quite gotten the bench in yet.
Boy.
Oh.
And we haven't quite gotten the plaque in yet either.
Oh, boy.
So I'm going to go ahead and shoot off some emails here to light a fire and get these things coming through so that you can have your relief that you're going to get your bench in by the end of this month.
So Blair started getting into overdrive.
Yeah.
So this is the part of the movie where Blair becomes like part of the heroic
There's like a
group.
montage.
Yeah, there's a montage. And he's like rushing
Two
the Blair
phones at a
time. Yeah. So he does it, right? He makes it?
Yep. So about the second week of December, sometime midweek, he says, all right, Kyle, we got your bench has arrived at the city of Kirkland. It's going to get stained, and I'm going to send out the work crew to pour the base for it. And that should be done by the end of the week, essentially. So my confidence was high, and I think on the same day he said that he had received the plaque as well. So it really it was all coming together.
Man, it must have been a huge relief.
Yeah, huge relief, and that's when all the music comes in.
Yeah, I'd say although now the nerves of trying to get Christina there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Although,
right.
So now
Unknowingly.
you're like, thank goodness we're in. It's like the second week of December. It's like you're cutting it right down to the
fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter. But you still have to get Christina there.
Yep.
Right? So you guys, what happens, Christina?
Yeah, so keep in mind that this is like near Christmas, and I was like, I think a lot of people don't want to be proposed to on like a holiday like Christmas. So I was like really not suspecting anything to be happening like the weekend before Christmas, which is the 21st is when it happened. But my friend kind of like faked this like holiday party invite.
Oh,
and
nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to that at her house, and we're in the car and we're like driving to her house, kind of, but I'm like on my phone, not really paying attention to like where we're going. And then we take the turn near the truck eating bridge.
Oh.
And I'm still not really, I thought like maybe we might be taking a weird route because of traffic or something like that. I trust Kyle at this point.
He's a planner.
He's a planner.
Exactly.
He'll get you to the party.
Yeah. And so I go back on my phone, I'm looking down, and then Kyle puts the car in park really dramatically. And then I look up and I see we're at the cross corridor trail. And I think that's when it hit me that like that might be where he proposes.
Oh, nice.
But I did not expect to like when we first walked out and then he like walked towards the bench. I think that was so shocking to me because although he had told me that like the whole bench thing was happening, I just didn't expect to see it like on the Kirkland Cross Corridor Trail and like that particular spot.
Oh, yeah.
And then reading the plaque too, because I had no idea
just
what
lovely.
that said.
Yeah.
Just lovely.
Yeah, it was just like a lot of waves of emotion of shock. And then of course the fact that he was proposing to me too. A lot of shocking factors.
Yes. It all happening real in front of you. Yeah.
So somehow he pulled it off. Now,
He did.
wasn't it true though that at some point during the day he was Zoka-like?
Oh, totally.
He had that,
Yes.
he had that slightly distracted affect.
Yes, totally. Kyle.
But you still didn't say, okay,
No, because I thought that, like, I don't know, like, I thought maybe he was, like, during that time of year, maybe he was, like, just thinking about getting the proposal, like, planned for, like, 2025. It was on his mind. He was, like, maybe feeling bad that it wasn't happening in 2024.
He's thinking of his Christmas or his holiday
shopping list.
or talk about, well, it didn't happen in 2024. But,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But no, he was bringing you to the spot.
Yes.
So what a lovely, lovely day.
Yeah, it was really
And it was just
lovely.
the two of you.
So actually my parents, so after he proposed to me, then he was like, and your parents are here, and they were waiting in their cars.
Oh,
like,
that's
wow.
great. Kyle,
Yeah.
well done. man.
Yes.
and his parents were there too.
Yeah, it took a lot
Nice.
of coordination because I needed to make sure that they showed up, but they weren't there
Yeah.
to spoil the surprise. So I said, "All right, go hide behind the building." And my mom ended up talking to one of the employees at the building. She said, "Is it okay if I come here? My son, he's proposing at this bench."
Oh, is that right?
And
oh my
and
God.
she says, I don't know, but you can come talk to the manager. And then, my mom's in there saying, my son's
that's
proposing.
right.
And that bench across the street that's brand new, that's his. And so.
All part of the romantic comedy.
Exactly.
Yes.
So the whole staff
The
came
whole
out.
staff came out.
Cheered you
yeah,
on.
they all cheered you on. Yeah, that's so. When I saw a photo of it, you adore it.
It was raining too.
Of course, it was raining.
I also noticed, Kyle, you had some nice slacks on and you didn't have anything to stop your knee from getting dirty.
Yeah.
In the
Oh,
morning.
absolutely not.
yeah.
I'll never wash them.
Well, thank you guys. That was quite a story movie.
That was a great
Yeah, and you
movie and real life.
you are just a lovely couple. So thank you for sharing your story for Valentine's Day on our special Valentine's Day
course.
podcast.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, well, we're not done.
Oh, good.
We're not done.
Yeah.
We crafted a kind of a special game that we're going to play.
Nowhere
You guys
near the
ready?
level of planning that you did.
Yeah, no, I don't
Right,
know.
right.
I don't know if it's Kyle level plan. We
Oh, it's not.
did
Yeah.
our best. We're calling it Across the Kirkland Corridor because the Kirkland Corridor is so important to you both,
Yes.
and it's so important to our community. We thought we would have a little fun and ask you some questions and get your perspective about yourselves and about each other and see what comes of it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Are we ready?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Question number 1, Kate.
If you could add one feature to the CKC, what would it be?
Okay, well, I feel like a lot of the context of us using this trail has been for running, and there have been so many times where I've just wanted a snack.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
a vending
Yeah.
machine or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe just a cool pool that you could jump in
Oh.
in the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of a couple of different things.
Yeah.
Food or a swim.
Yeah. These are
Yeah.
the things you think about when your body's just
Yeah.
I need to be cooled down
Yeah.
or I'm hungry.
I love that.
I'd say we have
Very
the
practical.
chain line right
Yeah.
over there by Ferret and
That's
Spur that's on the
true.
CKC. Just
Ooh,
one
okay.
more
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
on the
One
other
more.
end.
Yeah. Okay, Kyle.
If I could add one more thing, maybe it'd be 6 more miles because
Oh.
I've been training on that trail for so many runs that, sometimes they get a little long
That's
and I don't
true.
having to go back and forth because sometimes I just like to go one direction the whole way.
Yeah.
6 more
Wow.
miles.
All right.
That's,
Put in
you
a
know,
call.
Put in a call. Okay, number 2. Anthony.
So, who is more likely of the two of you to stop for a scenic photo break while you're on a CKC run?
Christina, that's you.
I feel I need to
Yeah.
get sometimes I need to document it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Document
yeah.
the run.
Do you have a particularly favorite spot that you would do that on?
There's some spots that where the sun hits just right as you're
Yep.
getting more towards those neighborhoods that are look over
Houghton.
Houghton, thank you.
Yeah,
that Houghton area. is
that
very
area. If you stop there during sunset, it's so beautiful.
pretty. Yeah, it
Yes.
is gorgeous.
Yeah.
You can see the water.
Yes.
It's really glistening. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay, 3. What's the strangest or funniest thing you've ever seen on the CKC?
I've seen.
Don't say me running.
Yeah. I thought it was Bigfoot, but
Well, I've seen a lot of critters there. It's pretty fun in the spring when all the bunnies are out. You
Oh,
see
yeah.
them
Oh, yes.
darting in and out all over the place. The strangest though has been a buck deer.
Oh, really?
I saw a male deer, and he was just outside the barrier for the trail, just staring right back at us.
Wow.
And this was nighttime, so
Oh, wow.
his eyes were glowing.
Wow.
Oh my
And
God.
Christina
Wow.
wanted to stop and pet him.
Well, of course.
they are wild animals.
Yeah, I was not gonna pet him, but I was trying to take a picture or video, and Cal's like, "No, don't do that! We're not trying to draw his attention."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Although that does lend some more credence to answer number 2 there.
Yeah.
Christina taking the
Yeah.
photo.
Yes.
How about you,
yes.
Christina?
Probably
Same
me.
thing.
Yeah.
Is it just me,
Yeah.
or does anyone else think Harry Potter when you think
When
of
you
that?
see a giant stag or
Yeah.
a buck, yeah. Definitely.
Oh.
His Patronus spell.
Yeah. the-
Sorry, I'm the nerd in the room.
Thank you, Anthony.
I got you.
Yes, you got me. Okay, next one, Anthony. Oh, I'm sorry, Kate.
Who is more likely to stop and pet a dog?
Probably both.
Michelangelo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Michelangelo. Yeah.
I invented an imaginary dog to
Yeah,
fulfill that,
probably
that need for both of us.
Yeah.
But it sounds like Christina's adopted Michelangelo. As
Yes.
well. Okay, so if we see an adorable couple out on the CKC petting an imaginary dog,
Yeah, just keep running. Just run past.
what you should say is, "How's Michelangelo?"
Absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, Anthony, you got the last one.
By the way, Michelangelo is microchipped, so
Yeah.
just if
Yeah. Yeah.
He's registered, dude.
Yeah.
please register message to your pets.
Please
Very
register.
nice, Kyle.
Imaginary pets as well.
Kyle listens to the podcast.
Yes.
Okay, here's a fun one. If the CKC had a soundtrack, what song would best represent your runs together?
You can officially change this answer every week.
Absolutely.
Yes,
You
yeah.
can put it on shuffle.
Yeah, you can put it on shuffle.
There you go.
I think it's Eye of the Tiger
Ooh.
because we're always in the zone when
Nice.
we're training on the
Yeah,
trail. I
that's
think.
true.
I mean, we like our nice, pleasant strolls, but we also like getting into
Yeah,
it.
get it done. That's a
Yeah.
Rocky reference.
Yeah.
All right.
Something high BPM, get
Yeah.
your blood moving. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
a good
I
one,
love
Kyle.
that. All right, Eye of the Tiger.
Nice.
Throwback.
That's a throwback. Great too. Well, thank you again, you guys. We've had a lot of fun, and you're a lot of fun.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah,
I love
so
all
are
the
you.
planning.
So are you guys.
Now's when the fun begins. Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Do the
gosh.
venues
Maybe
and
maybe
the
we'll have you back
vendors.
on the wedding. That would be the sequel. Well, the
Yes,
sequel
the
to our
sequel.
wedding.
Oh, we would love to. Yeah.
We can do the podcast from the wedding.
Yeah, man. Like I said, you can hire us out. We will have
You
an
guys
event. We will
DJ?
show up.
MC.
MC.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's great. Yes.
And hey, everyone, don't forget to book your blood donation appointment.
Absolutely.
Yes. Don't forget that. And that does it for this week, everyone. You've been listening to the Valentine's Day edition of This Week in Kirkland. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Share.
Special thanks to Anthony Girardi and Angela Brown for their behind-the-scenes magic.
Thank you.
And they're in front of the microphone magic.
Hey,
Yes.
Anthony.
do what I can.
Yes, our next episode is February 20th. And until then,
Stay connected, Kirkland.